guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video. And actually it's Luis Diaz and they are flirting with Barcelona and Real Madrid. Luis Diaz's father has spoken to the media and he said that Luis Diaz and his father, his family, haven't lost hope of getting a big offer from a Spanish club for his son Luis Diaz. So that's the headline, but we will of course dive deep into the story. And also the worst news is that Andy Robertson injured his ankle on international duty. I actually saw the clip where the opponent, I think from Northern Ireland, went through Robertson's ankle getting the ball, but also Robertson's ankle was planted on the turf and he got it twisted. So hopefully he gets a speedy recovery, but at least one bad injury news during this international break. I don't like international breaks, but yeah, we will talk about all of that later. But first, let's talk about Luis Diaz potentially going to Barcelona or Real Madrid in the summer transfer window. Let me know, would you be sad or happy if Liverpool sold Luis Diaz for big money? I think Liverpool would demand around £100 million. I don't think Barcelona has that kind of money, but that didn't stop Luis Diaz's father implying that Luis Diaz might be open to a move to a Spanish giant in the summer. So Diaz Sr. told Ser about the interested parties in Luis Diaz, who is 27 years old, so he is in his prime, and I don't want Liverpool to sell him, just to make it clear. But there was never anything serious with Real Madrid or Atletico Madrid, Luis Diaz's father said. Liverpool were always more determined and concrete to sign Luis. We haven't lost our hope yet. Luis is playing well and Spanish clubs are always active in the market. So basically Luis Diaz's father is saying that they haven't lost hope that Luis Diaz one day could be a player playing for Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid or Barcelona. Basically Luis Diaz growing up, of course, in South America, in Colombia, he has loved these Spanish giants, and Real Madrid and Barcelona are absolutely huge, absolutely massive in South America, and Atletico Madrid as well, because they employ a lot of brilliant South American footballers. And Luis Diaz is one of the players being looked at as a potential replacement to Kylian Mbappe at Paris Saint-Germain. So not just Barcelona, but Paris Saint-Germain are sniffing around Luis Diaz, and Paris Saint-Germain definitely have the money to sign Luis Diaz. They spent around £250 million on new players in the summer transfer window. So I think if PSG put up £100 million offer, then Liverpool will have to think about it, especially if Luis Diaz says to Liverpool, I want to leave, which certainly so far no indication has come out from Luis Diaz himself, but his father saying that they haven't lost hope that one of the big Spanish giants would come in for Luis Diaz. Certainly it doesn't sound great, does it? But what is your reaction? Let me know in the comments below, because I love this community that I'm building around this channel of like-minded Liverpool and football fans. So I want to hear your opinion, and of course leave a like on this video if you enjoy these, and subscribe if you want to see more content regarding football and Liverpool FC. And also you can support me further on Patreon and you get additional content, additional benefits. Link is in the video's description. Thank you so much for your awesome support. And Luis Diaz, who got an injury scare after the game against Manchester City where he played brilliantly. Thankfully he was not seriously injured, so he went on the international break to play for Colombia. He played both games, full game against Spain, where he got the assist for the winning goal, which was an absolutely brilliant barnstorming on by Luis Diaz. And Colombia also beat Romania in another friendly where Luis Diaz got another assist. He played 65 minutes in that game where he got the assist for Arias' goal, the 2-0 goal. And Colombia were 3-0 up after 83 minutes, so it should have been a more convincing win, but Romania scored two late goals. goes. So hopefully Luis Diaz will stay fit, and hopefully no big offers come in for him, because I don't want Liverpool to sell one of our best wingers. Barcelona were actually interested in signing Luis Diaz when Liverpool heard that Tottenham was also trying to sign Luis Diaz in a January transfer window, like 2 years ago I think, and that's when Liverpool acted fast and signed Luis Diaz. Including bonuses and add-ons, Luis Diaz could cost Liverpool as much as £49 million, and that fee was basically too much for Barcelona back then. Right now Barcelona are in a little bit better financial position, but they would have to blow pretty much their whole transfer budget on just Luis Diaz if they would want to sign him right now, because he still has a lot of years left on his contract, at least 3 years, so Liverpool have no pressure to sell him, and they could ask for an exorbitant amount from Barcelona. And you have to understand how these things work. In Colombia, when Luis Diaz was growing up, James Rodriguez was the biggest star in Colombian football alongside Radamel Falcao. James Rodriguez played for Real Madrid, Falcao played for Atletico Madrid as well. So Luis Diaz's father suggesting that Real Madrid would be an ideal destination for his son is nothing really like that surprising. What's surprising is that he admitted publicly that they were hoping that Real Madrid or Atletico Madrid would make a bid for Luis Diaz. You normally don't get players' parents coming out and saying this. Even though Luis Diaz hasn't exploded yet in terms of his goal scoring numbers, if he can tweak his finishing, I feel that there is a 20 goal and 10 assist a season player in Luis Diaz that he could regularly score 20 goals and get 10 assists. I mean, he's not far off from those numbers, to be honest. And it is unlikely that Liverpool would even consider selling Luis Diaz, because he's the number one choice for Liverpool on the left wing. So even though he has not become a regular goal scorer yet, he's still making a big impact, and he's, terrorizing defenses lately. And hopefully in the next few months his output, his goal scoring level can go up a notch, because Luis Diaz missed some big chances against Man City and Manchester United, which if he scores those chances, we beat Man City and we beat Man United as well, and those results could be crucial for Liverpool. But we are already out of the FA Cup, so let's forget about that. Let's just try and concentrate on the Premier League title race. Luis Diaz has 11 goals and 5 assists in this season in 39 games, so 16 goal contributions. I think he can do better. He can do a lot more than that, but he just needs to finish more of his chances. He does brilliantly getting himself or his teammates into great goal scoring chances. He just needs to work on his finishing a little bit, but I think he's still maturing and growing and getting better. Even though he's 27 years old and he's close to his prime, I don't think he has reached his prime yet or his peak yet. I think he can still get better, but that's just my opinion. Let me know what is yours in the comments below. So Andy Robertson will return to Liverpool to undergo a scan after damaging his ankle. Scotland lost to Northern Ireland 1-0, and Conor Bradley, the Liverpool fullback, scored the only goal of the game. What a way to score your first goal for your country in basically a local derby that is Northern Ireland against Scotland, neighboring regions playing against each other. Bradley scored the only goal with a deflected effort in the first half. That was his first goal in senior international football. After like 14 games or 13 games, he scores his first goal for Northern Ireland, and he became the youngest Northern Irishman to score away to Scotland since George Best scored in November 1964 at the age of 18. I'm sure most of my viewers weren't even alive at 1964. I was definitely not alive back then. My parents weren't even born at that date. So that's absolutely incredible. What a historic goal for Conor Bradley. And Andy Robertson only just came back from injury in January after a 3.5 month injury layoff after dislocating his shoulder in another international game for Scotland. So Robertson got 2 serious injuries this season, and both those 2 serious injuries came while he was playing for Scotland. So that's very, very unlucky. So he only played 15 times for Liverpool in the Premier League this season. And Liverpool have a crucial run of games coming up. Liverpool host Brighton and then Sheffield United. We absolutely have to beat those two teams at Anfield, because then in the Premier League we go to Old Trafford, and I think that could be a potential title decider alongside the Man City Arsenal game on the weekend, because winning at Old Trafford is incredibly tough, and especially in the Premier League where they would want to spoil Liverpool's title chances. And then Liverpool host Atalanta, then Crystal Palace, then we go to Atalanta, and that opens a very tough run of 4 away games in a row for Liverpool: Atalanta, Fulham, Everton and West Ham. So 3 Premier League games plus a Europa League game, 4 away games in a row is incredibly tough. Then Liverpool close out the season with games against Tottenham at home, Aston Villa away and Wolves at home. And if we go through against Atalanta, we could play Marseille or another team in the Europa League. But yeah, Liverpool need to concentrate mostly on the Premier League. I think in the Europa League, even with slightly rotated teams, we can go to the final. But in the Premier League, we cannot drop any points. And I can see Liverpool winning all of those games, but I think Man United away and Aston Villa away will be incredibly tough. But also that 4 away games in a row, playing every 3 days, that's going to be absolutely brutal. So Liverpool will have to be on their absolute best form. And I understand that Andy Robertson is one of the best left backs of Scotland, but why do you have to play him every game when you have other young players? I understand that Scotland needed a result after getting thrashed by the Netherlands 4-0, and they wanted to be probably to play their best team, but still you have to manage the workload of these players. And Andy Robertson started and then had to go off injured in the first half. But the Scotland manager doesn't care probably about Liverpool, because the Euros is in June or July, I think, and until then probably Robertson will be back fit. And if he misses another month with Liverpool, then it will be tough. But we have Tsimikas, who sadly missed out on qualifying for the Euros after they lost in a penalty shootout to, I think it was Georgia. In a playoff. Georgia made their first international tournament, and that is a huge achievement for them, so congratulations to them as well. I haven't caught up on all the European playoff results, so I don't know how the others went, but Joao Matip, it looks like, once again expressed his desire to continue the adventure in Liverpool, but Liverpool haven't offered him a new contract yet. Only Eintracht Frankfurt have positioned themselves behind the scenes to sign Joao Matip as a free transfer, so Liverpool will have to decide quickly. The problem with Joao Matip is that he's not only not fit right now, he won't be back until September or October. So do you want to sign a player on a contract extension who comes back after a long 7-8 month injury layoff, and you don't know what his level will be after this long injury layoff? And you also need to move in the transfer market, bring in new players as well. So it's a tricky situation for Liverpool. Jurgen Klopp said that he feels the club should give Joao Matip a new contract because, he deserves it. He has been a great servant for Liverpool on a free transfer from Schalke. He has been absolutely immense when he was fit, but he's injury prone, and he's also 32, 33 years old. So maybe it's time for Liverpool to let him go and sign new players. Harvey Elliott also playing for the England under-21s. He got 2 assists against Luxembourg after scoring 2 goals against Azerbaijan, and in his last 12 matches he has been on an absolute tear. He scored 4 goals in his last 12 games, and he also got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 assists. So 4 goals and 7 assists. That's 11 goal contributions in the last 12 games for Harvey Elliott. Yes, 2 of those games were with the England under-21s against not great opposition. He scored against Man United. He got an assist against Sparta Prague at home, 2 assists away. He got an assist against Southampton, he got an assist against Burnley, and he scored against Luton as well. So Harvey Elliott is a young diamond who is getting polished and getting better and improving. He's only 20 years old, only 20 years old. So the future is really, really bright for Harvey Elliott. And that's where I will end this video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this. Have a lovely day. See you later. Goodbye.